But you know what? This whole thing with the kids going back to school, and Xen, you have a child. I have 3 kids. One's in high school, 2 are in college, and it's like, it's literally stressful on these kids. And to break down what's happening.
On these kids? What about on us?
Yeah, forget about that. That's why I drink a half a bottle of Macallan already on today's show. But, no, but our next guest, Dr. Lisa Pine Berlin, PhD, President and CEO at Parents Anonymous, Inc., knows this stuff better than anyone. She's a PhD, she's a president, she's got more titles than the 2 of us combined, which is big. But Doc, the COVID stress, we've had other, emergency sociologists and people that say like that some of the mental effects on these kids losing their, social contacts and going to school is almost worse than the infection rate to kids. Give us a little way that we can give emotional support to these kids and their families and stuff.
Well, good afternoon. It's a really important topic, and you both as parents are sitting here today working and dealing with the day-to-day issues at home. I think we can't get away with. We got to embrace it is the first thing. We offer a helpline. That's the first place. People should be able to pick up the phone, send an email, and reach out for help. And oftentimes you can't turn to your family or friends. So parents are human beings first. So we as humans need to figure out what's pushing our buttons, what's going on, so we can be there for our kids. Yes.
So, hey Doc, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we love our audience is like really rabid. They're like loyal, and I like to always give them little trinkets to help them, educate them, create awareness. You said you have a helpline. Can you give out the number just in case anybody's watching wants it?
1-855-427-2736. You can also remember it is 1-855-4-A-PARENT. But you can also have young people call it. You can text us. You can leave us an email, leave us a voicemail.
Amazing, amazing. All right, that's wonderful. Now
there are also resources on our website because people are struggling. This kid is doing this, and they never did this before. So the different ages your children are and how each child is responding is different. They're all not the same. As human beings, we don't respond the same. Some kid might say, "Oh, I just talk to my friends whenever." Another kid may be clinging with you, crying.
Xen,
you need to tune into your kids.
Xen, aside from being an entrepreneur, a philanthropist, model, all this other stuff, you're a super mom. You took your kids to Canada at first. But I know you big, Upper West Siders. You put your kids in the summer, Upper East Siders, put your kids in the summer camps and all this other stuff. As a mom, are you having some anxiety about even putting your kid in camp?
I have to say, I personally, in my own bubble, do not have any anxiety about sending my kid back to school or putting her at camp when I make the decision to do that in a facility that I feel is adequate and socially distant and complies with the rules. So I don't have anxiety about that. But what I do have anxiety about is exactly what Dr. Berlin is covering, where you have parents that are human beings, and we need our time and we need our space and we need our moments, and we're all working professionals, and I worry about me not being able to give enough of my emotional availability to my child, because right now I'm in my bubble and I'm doing my thing, and although I'm all about Alexa and she's my everything, I worry that I'm not there enough for her the way that I was able to be there for her pre-pandemic, just like you were able to be there for your kids, because we had a set routine. We were able to know that our kids were in school 9 to 3, and then we had an extra 2 hours of aftercare. Now
that's all thrown off.
That's
all thrown off.
We are literally
Dr. Lisa,
trying to figure it out. Please help us, Dr. Berlin.
Dr. Berlin, I know your organization, Parents Anonymous, is based in LA. You guys are a nonprofit. And you're there for parents too, dealing with like what Xen's talking about. It's actually a jar to the routine of parents. What could parents do and learn simple tips to get themselves over some of the fear, fright, and hysteria?
Well, I think you both nailed it. I mean, the first thing is recognize how you're doing. Okay, how are you responding to this first? Because you're first, before you're a parent, you're a human being. I can't say that enough. We want to throw ourselves, like you said, you know, everything for our kids. Well, you know what? Then you won't be there. If you're not there for yourself, you need to figure out what is your sanity. And you just call me Dr. Lisa. Nobody can pronounce my last name. Okay, it's just Dr. Lisa.
I love that.
First, and cut yourself a break, Sen. You know, you have a little one. We got to cut ourselves a break. People were so worried what happened between March and June, the school year, if your kids were in school. Forget about it. Whatever happened, happened. Kids will bounce back. They will be resilient. But how are we as parents resilient? So if you don't reach out, I mean, maybe you don't have a friend or a family member you can talk to.
I don't have any friends. I don't have any friends.
You know
I've been locked up in my house for 4 months. I'm so lonely.
Stop it right now.
I'm so
You
sad.
heard
I'm
John
broken.
Tabacco.
Thank God my daughters come over and
anyone
bring me Dunkin' Donuts and stuff. Otherwise, I would be broken by
You
now.
have a telephone, don't you? You have a telephone?
Yeah, I'm joking around. Dr. Lisa, let me ask you this. We have on this show already as regulars Dr. Bobby, she's awesome, Dr. Gina, Dr. Natalie. We do not have a Dr. Lisa. So will you join us as one of our regular doctors on the show?
Absolutely.
Because we don't have Lisa taken, so you got to claim it right now.
You got to claim the L.
Nico booked some other Dr. Lisa, and then we're going to have to call you Dr. Pie in Berlin.
No, just call me Dr. Lisa. Yeah. Nobody calls me Pie in Berlin.
And you know what, Dr. Lisa, here's my issue. As a woman on Women Wednesday, I have to say, and I think you're gonna feel for what I'm trying to express here, that there's so many working moms out there, whether they're in the medical world, whether they're teachers, whether they're in the industry of arts and entertainment. All we want to do is see a smile on our child's face. And when this pandemic hit, nobody was prepared. And separate of not being prepared, every routine was disrupted. So this is extremely helpful and extremely important. And I just want to thank you for letting me feel like I'm not failing as a parent because I don't have the amount of time to give that I did before. And it's trying to juggle it all.
I saw...
One thing you can do for yourself, a few suggestions for yourself to do.
Yeah.
Is laugh out loud as much as you can. The science is very clear. Even fake laughing changes our brain chemistry. Smile, even when you don't want to smile, see you're laughing now. That's exactly right. Keep doing that. They've done test upon test. They say, oh no, it has to be a real laugh. No, it doesn't.
You know what?
You can't hug anybody else, hug yourself.
Dr. Lisa, listen to this. A good friend of mine, Frank Morano, gave me a tip. We used to do radio, and he said, when you're talking into the mic, smile, because the listeners can hear you smiling. So, and it actually does, by changing the muscle memory on the smile on your face, actually inhibits you in ways where you actually perform better when you're smiling to yourself.
Exactly, and even if you don't feel like smiling or laughing out loud, and I'll tell you, Zen, if you start laughing with your daughter, she's going to start laughing and think, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Isn't laughing contagious? Even when you look smiling now over the screen to me, it's contagious.
Yep.
I feel good inside, you feel good. Doing anything that makes you feel good first. Even when you reach out and help another person, in Parents Anonymous, we say, in the giving you get. Every time you're nice to somebody else, the first thing you feel is better about yourself. You feel good inside, and that fuels us all as human beings. And that's what makes us different than other
Dr. Lisa, you are amazing. Thank you so much for your contributions on Liquid Lunch. You are so inspirational, and this is such a great opportunity to hear your voice and hear you speak in your expertise. Please join us again. Thank you so much.
Doc, thank you so much, and we're going to send you over the Venmo for doing exactly what I asked you, to tell Zen to laugh even if I'm not funny. I appreciate. That's exactly what we needed here. You did it. You did it perfect for me. But no.
I just want to make another pitch. We always can take donations, so we can expand our services.
All right. Hey, give us your website before we go. Give us your website.
ParentsAnonymous.org. It's really
very simple. Okay.
Dr. Lisa, on Instagram, why don't you tag me at Xen Sams, and then as a micro-influencer, I'll help repurpose your story.
Please
Xen
put up the
Sams.
helpline number everywhere you can.
I will.
All right, go to you guys out there. If you're having any issues, parents, kids, anyone, go to 855-427-2736 or 1-855-4-A-PARENT. And somebody's going to be on the other end to give you a little pick-me-up, and that's what you might need right